Hi all, thanks for taking a moment just to get a quick overview of the UP program here at Western Carolina University. So what is the UP program? It's a 2-year inclusive program for college age individuals with intellectual disability. We kind of started in 2007, just operating as a pilot program. And we had 2 students complete the program by 2010. At that time, we were able to receive some TIPSID federal funding to go ahead and be a model demonstration site. So we were able to go ahead and expand to 4 students. The next year, we were able to add 4 additional students for a total of 8. And then just last year, we actually expanded again to have up to 12 students at a time. We do kind of run in a cohort model. So at any time we have about half of our students are first year students and about half are second year students. That way they can kind of mentor each other and really make sure they're prepared for life after graduation. So, an important note, our students do pay the current university tuition and fees. We really strive to have our students, be as similar to any other student here on campus, and that includes paying their tuition. College isn't free. And so while they're here, we're focusing on 5 different kind of areas in order to get their certificate of accomplishment. So one is course auditing. Our students are under an audit status. They are non-degree seeking. So that means they're not getting credit for their classes. We're hoping that that will change in the near future. There's some things in the works there. But they do get to select their classes and audit those classes. And we're not giving them, a list of 20 classes they have to choose from. They get access to the whole course catalog and they just get to pick, this is going to help me in my future career. This is a really good skill I want to learn for the future, and go ahead and take those classes. They can take anywhere from 9 to 12 credits per semester. We work a lot on personal development. So those are those daily and life skills that you just really need to be successful after college and to live independently. So doing laundry, cooking, daily cleaning, hygiene, all sorts of those things. We do a lot of community participation. So the students really make their own schedules. And so anytime that they're not in class or at work, they can go out into the community, do any activities they want. Right now, we have a really cool initiative called UP Gives Back. And so the students are really learning about service learning and volunteering and giving back to their community. And they tend to do that kind of all as a group. They like to be together to do that and really show their appreciation for what the community does for our program, and kind of learning the benefits of giving back to the community. We do a lot of vocational preparation and focusing on that. And so the students, they are required to work 10 hours per week on or off campus in whatever job they're interested in. We do like to change that up every semester to just give them a variety of experiences so they know what to do, what they're kind of interested in for after college. In addition to those 10 hours per week, in between those work hours, we're working on soft skills like interview skills, making sure our resumes are updated, and kind of pre-planning for after graduation to know what options are available for long-term employment later on. We also do a lot of social participation and learning. So these are just, making those interactions, those daily interactions, those communication skills, making sure we're appropriate with those interactions. And those are things that just happen naturally throughout the day while they're talking with their natural supports and their other peers that are on the campus community. So they're working on those 5 areas their whole 2 years that they're here. And so over those 2 years, within those 5 areas, they end up getting 1,800 hours. And so that is our minimum requirement to graduate with their certificate of accomplishment. That sounds like a lot. It's really not, because it is in all of those 5 areas. And over the 2 years, they're able to hit those 1,800 hours pretty easily, as long as they're, getting engaged with their campus community and not just sitting in their dorm room all day long. In addition to that, the students have to complete about 80% of their objectives in their individual plan for college participation. So we're a lot different than in high school. We don't have IEPs or anything like that. When the students come in their first year, we sit down with them. We say, hey, what do you want to accomplish while you're here? What are your goals? The students make their own goals and they get to revise them throughout their 2 years here. They have monthly person-centered planning meetings and with that they get to run. So we don't get to say anything unless they call on us. And so the students are able to run those, share how they're doing, share areas they still need to work on, and then kind of revise their goals with input of others at that time. So they need to meet about 80% of those goals that they make for themselves. And then we talk with our campus community and our campus partners and just say, hey, is this student, have they made a lot of progress? And just kind of talk and make sure they've made progress over the 2 years. And then we kind of recommend them for that certificate of accomplishment. Something that's really cool is our students, even though they're not on a degree status and they're in an audit status, they still get to walk at graduation with everybody else. That used to not happen, but the student body, they were like, these guys, they get to be included with us and attend classes and do everything with us their whole 2 years. Why can't they walk at graduation with us? And so the student body came together, made a bunch of petitions, got signatures, took it to the people higher up in the campus community, and we're able to make that happen. And so our UP students are able to walk at graduation just like everybody else. So some of our requirements, we do require that the student is between the ages of 18 and 25 at the time of admission. That's just because it's the typical age of college students, and we want them to be around the same age as the peers that they're going to be working with. They do need to be previously enrolled in kind of some sort of special education program in their high school. Typically, that's not going to lead to a regular high school diploma, but we do recognize that all districts and schools are different and how they're setting that up now. So we do look at each application on a case-by-case basis, just to kind of see what was going on in high school. They need to be able to demonstrate, adequate communication, socially acceptable behavior, just in those interactions with others. Obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's why we're here. We work on that here as well. But it needs to be at a level where they can at least communicate in some form, and have their behavior be acceptable here on campus and away from parents. And the biggest thing, I think, is the student actually has to be the one that's motivated and the one that's interested in being here and living and working on their own, especially after college. A huge issue we run into is a lot of times, they seem interested and we'll have students get accepted and come to campus. And then about a month in, we realize, okay, it wasn't actually the student that was motivated and wanted to be here. It was mom or dad that wanted them to be here. So go ahead and add us on social media. Facebook and Instagram is where we're at, and go check out our YouTube channel. So now let's hear from some of the current and past UP students and why they think the program is so awesome.
I chose WCE because they have an UP program which allowed me to attend regular classes, live on campus, and enjoy lots of activities with my friends. The UP program encouraged me to take ownership of my academic experience.
I am good to my goals of I'm getting my driving license and the car I wanted. I'm now on my only own apartment with a roommate.
Make new friends. It is fun, and you don't have to live on your own, and you get to live more in class.
Now, why study go to college? When you're at college, you sometimes develop new interests, like I did in advocacy work. You do get to make long-lasting friendships, go to different places, maybe try a kayak road clinic in base camp Cullowhee, which you actually can get involved in if you come to Western Carolina, and maybe learn about skiing, kayaking, outdoor adventures you never would have thought possible. And you get to have fun, and the memories will stay with you.
Well, thank you all so much for listening and learning all this information. Here's our contact info, so go ahead and go to our website. It's just up.wcu.edu, and you'll learn a little bit more about us. When you go there, you'll see in the top right corner, there's a big purple button that says apply here. And go ahead and click that. That'll take you to our page with all of our admission information, and it'll have a link to register for our upcoming open houses and just, to get more information if you're interested. That's the same link that you see here at the bottom of this slide. And then here's all of our contact info. So up top, Alex Raxter, that's myself. I'm the program coordinator, so I'm kind of your first point of contact. Dr. Kelly, she is the director. She kind of really started the program back in 2007 when they started piloting. And then Susan Buchanan, she's our admin, but also our job coach. So I mentioned, working on the jobs and pre-planning for after graduation. Susan does a ton of that to make sure you get a really great job while you're here. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.